Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. We are indoors. We are indoors. We are filling up our greenhouse, or I should say our indoor grow tent. And the first thing that we're going to work on, or one of the first things we're going to work on, are our overwintered peppers. All right, y'all, I'm finally indoors. This is what you've been waiting on. I know you were wondering, like, when is she going to get out of that garden? Well, y'all, we are out of the outdoor garden, other than some small harvest here or there, and we are now working indoors. Today, we are going to work on these overwintered peppers. So a few videos ago, I cut them back. I brought them in the house. And then I did absolutely nothing to them. I didn't water. I didn't check on them. I did nothing for them other than sit them down here in my laundry room, because that's where I am right now, y'all. I'm in the laundry room. I set them down in here and then I didn't do anything. And I have been gone for a week since I brought them indoors. I cut them back the week before that. So they haven't been watered in well over 2 weeks is kind of what I'm thinking. And so we are going to get this set up, put together, ready to go. And I'm just going to show you my process. One of the first things that I need to do with these, now last year I didn't cut them back until I got inside. I've pretty much cut them back the way I want them to be for now. There's a leaf or two here or there that I probably could clean up. Yeah, let's do that. Let me get my trash can. So we'll put as much as we can in the trash can versus on the floor, because Mom will kill me if I destroy her laundry room. But I got my shears and we're going to clean it up. We're going to fertilize. So let's go ahead and talk about the fertilizer. All I have right now, y'all, is garden tone. That's it. That's all I have. We will worry about getting my favorite, which is Dr. Earth, very soon. But right now, this is what I have left from the outdoor garden. One of the other things that I'm very conscious of when I bring plants indoors is bringing Pest inside with me. There's many different types of insecticide, soaps, that kind of stuff. I'm going to treat everything with neem oil today. And for neem oil, I just had it open. I wondered, okay. If I'm using it as an insecticide, it says that it's effective on whiteflies, mealybugs, armyworms, hornworms, leafhoppers, worms, leaf miners, fruit flies, loopers, budworms, beetles, including Japanese beetles. Now, y'all, most of that I'm not worried about bringing in my home. I'm worried about the fruit flies. That's one. And now we're getting into the ones that I am worried about, aphids and mites, and that includes spider mites. So this can treat for all of that. So I brought them in. When I brought them in, I didn't even spray them when I brought them in, y'all. I should have, but I didn't. But after we get this all taken care of, we're going to give it a good soaking spray. And then we're going to move this over into my grow tent. So the first thing we're going to do is add this fertilizer, y'all, and trim up the plants. We'll do both at the same time. So I just got my little scoop here. I'm going to put fertilizer in every pocket. And I do have a couple empty pockets on here. And those empty pockets, like this one right here, guess what? It gets fertilized too, because I will be transplanting something into it at some point in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one back even more, because I want short, stubby plants, especially indoors. If they get too big, it's hard for them to turn in my grow tent. And I like for them to stay short, stubby, but I do want to harvest. I think that one's looking pretty good. I'm going to leave that one the way it is. Some of these plants, like this one right here, y'all, this is the 3rd year on this plant. Has to be the 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken. Some of these, this will be the first year right here. This, I think, is the second year because there's still some green on it. Anywhere where I see a solid brown or tan stem, it's an older plant. So I think that's it. I get my labels out, especially the ones that don't have anything on them. I got 2 labels in that one, and they're both Thunderbolts. Thunderbolt. Here's a picture, by the way, of Thunderbolt, y'all. That is my favorite sweet pepper, all-time favorite. Let's see what this is. These are mixed bells. This is Dokes. Here's the picture of it right here. There's the picture of it. I can't pronounce it. And that has nothing on it. So I have no idea what that is until it comes up. So anyway, fertilizers in. We've cut them back the way we want them. We are going to massage. Y'all, this soil is dry. Ooh, we're going to massage it in. I should have brought soil too. I don't know. We'll add soil later. There seems to be enough in that pocket for now. But I should have brought in just a little bit of soil for this. Y'all know I got to go get soil, right? Y'all know I'm going to get it. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to go get it because I know I need it. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to go get the soil. I'll be right back. Let me finish massaging this in, and then we'll go get the soil. I know better, and y'all know I know better. You do a half job, you get half the results. I want all of the results. I don't want to take any chances of losing my peppers. Y'all, I'll be back. I'm back, and I didn't have to go far, y'all, because I had Happy Frog already in the house. That's what I'm talking about, a good day. It's rainy, it's wet outside. Nobody don't want to be out there in that. But we got our little Happy Frog. It should be enough to fill this up to the level it needs to be. At least all 3 of them, hopefully. There we go. Now I'm feeling better. I do better than that, y'all. Now, this is completely dry, y'all. It's extremely dry. So we're going to have to really work to water it in and not flood my basement. So now that this one's done, y'all, we're going to apply the neem oil. Uh-oh. Well, of course it's not going to work because I want it to work. That's how it always is, isn't it? During the winter months, I always change my sprayers because I find a sprayer that I really like, and then I'll put it on everything. I'll just keep switching it out. But anyway, y'all, we're going to get this neem oil on here. I'm soaking it. And I will probably soak everything in neem oil, at least while I'm home, for a few weeks to just try to control that population so I'm not bringing anything indoors. This is one of many different amendments that I use to control. Now I'm spraying leaves, everything, y'all. I don't want no mites, spider mites, nothing like that on my plants. So I'm just going to soak it. So we sprayed the soil. We sprayed the leaves. And this one is ready. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the next 3. Y'all, I was ready to run. Boy, woo, there's something on the floor. Y'all, I thought it was moving. It wasn't. But I was getting ready to move. Anyway, we're going to do the same thing with the rest of these as well. I'm cutting these back just a little farther. Hey, baby, you doing good over here too. You nice and thick. Look at you showing off. Okay. And yes, the leaves are all weepy because it hasn't been watered. So fertilizer's next. We're going to mix this fertilizer in. I wanted to only bring in 3 this year, but I had a hard time, y'all. I couldn't decide. I wanted everything that was in every one of the pockets. And so I said, you know what? I'm just going to bring all 4 in. And some of them won't make it through the winter, and I know they won't. And then we will put new plants on the ones that don't make it. You know, new transplants in those pockets. Okay, let's see what we got growing in this one. King of the North, bell pepper right there. Another thunderbolt. At least I hope this is a thunderbolt, because this plant's been replaced a couple of times in here. This might not be a thunderbolt, but I hope it is. I made sure I had plenty of those if that's what's really in that pocket. What's in this one? Marconi. Marconi. Yellow Monster. All right. So we got some bells. We got some horn shape in here as well. And now we need to add soil. I made sure that I got plenty of soil before the end of the season when they stopped carrying it in Southwest Ohio. Zone 6B, they don't carry this stuff all winter long. Toward the end of the season, it went on sale. It was Happy Frog was only $20 a bag, I think is what it was. And y'all, I picked up a whole bunch. I picked up a ton of it. Back in the spring, it went on sale for $17 a bag. And I was told that's cost. That's at cost for Happy Frog. So I got plenty stored away for me to help me get through the winter. I didn't put it in my beds as I was shutting down the main garden because I wanted to save it for next year or for this indoor grow space. All right. Let's spray her down. Now I'm going to finish this and I'll bring you back when I finish this step right here. Trying to think of what else I need to tell you about it. This is probably one of many different ways to take care of insects as you bring them inside, to keep from bringing them inside. That's what I'm trying to say. I will finish the last two and bring you back. All right, I have all four done. They're all done. And now it's time for us to move over into the grow room and get that grow room ready to receive these GreenStalks. And the first thing that I need to get it ready to receive is this right here, and that's the ultimate spinner. I washed up all of the parts and pieces, tried to get all of the spider webs, that kind of stuff off. Again, trying not to bring in any kind of pest. And so I've cleaned this up, and we will go and place that in the GreenStalk in the grow tent first, and then we will bring our 4 tiers. All right, shoes gotta come off. All right, I'm gonna push this out the way. Oops. I just want you to be able to see right here for now. So here is my spinner. I want it not too close to the back wall because those plants are gonna lean out just a little bit. I can't be too close this way because they're gonna lean out a little bit, right? So I think this is where we're gonna be this year. I've already pulled it out a little farther than I had it last year, and last year I had it on that side. So this is where we want it. Let me start bringing in each of those tiers. Whew. Yesterday I worked on cleaning out my GreenStalk, or cleaning out my grow tent. Y'all, I gotta get used to saying grow tent again. But I cleaned it out yesterday. Got most of, I didn't get it all, but I cleaned it out pretty good. Anyway, I think we are in good shape right here. I got this going through the back. This one's going to be across the front. That's why I made that one go back. And when I'm watering my GreenStalk and too much water comes out the bottom out of my ultimate spinner, it'll go into this tray right here. I can slide it out and replace it and do all that kind of stuff to catch the water. But anyway, first one's in. I have one of my gray disc. You line the holes up with the pockets. And now, y'all, we got to go get the next one. I'm going to put this one here so I can make sure I don't squish it. All right, I'll be back with the next one. And y'all, I'm getting old. Getting up and down is not as easy. I didn't grab that right. There we go. Whew. It's every other pocket, so I gotta turn it. Did I set that right in there? Huh. I sure did. I got lucky. It's in there. Okay. All right, we will bring the next one. Now, I am going to get this up out of my way. I'm having to duck too much. All right. I got the lights backing out the way. We will bring the next one. All right. That one's in. And we'll put the last one on. And you see, 3 would have been a perfect height. I really didn't need to go all the way up to 4 because I'm probably going to have light issues because these up here get plenty of light and then these down here are going to suffer. But y'all, couldn't do it. Let's go grab that last one. You step way back. Y'all, I've had some of my GreenStalks a long time. This brown color GreenStalk I've had for so many years. I can't even begin to tell you how many years. And even though they might not be pretty, they got some tar on the outside of them. Y'all, there's no degradation of any kind on this GreenStalk. And so here's the tar I was talking about. There's a little tar on the outside. But y'all, this GreenStalk is amazing. No issues with it breaking down, tearing up, anything like that. I use it indoors. I use it outdoors. It's in the weather. I got some sitting out in the weather right now, and they'll sit there all year long. But yeah, let's see. This is what I was worried about. I'm going to have to spin this way, and then I'm going to have to stop and spin the other way because this one is too tall. I guess after 4 years, it says you should have put me down on the lower level, but I didn't. I put you right up here. And we'll have to worry about that later. Let's put the top on. Let me see if I can get you some more light. Is that better? All right. I went ahead and turned on one of these other lights behind me here. But anyway, let's get this one on. This is the top. And I don't really need a lid, but I'm going to put the lid on here anyway, because as people watch this video who have probably never been to my channel before, they may not know about the lids. I don't need the lid indoors, but this lid right here keeps all of the trash, debris, leaves, anything falling from the sky, it keeps them out. And it has a place to open it so you can water from the top. So we're going to put this here just so I can show it to others. And they come in many different colors. Usually you can get one the same color of your GreenStalk. But when I got mine, brown was not one of the current colors. So anyway, I got that on. She's set up, y'all. She spins, not well, but she spins. You know what? What if I just cut her on back a little bit more? We'll worry about that later. I don't want to kill it. It's been living this long. So she's set up. We need to water. I got my pan set up for the water, so let's do that next. I used a granular fertilizer, so there's no reason for me to use a liquid fertilizer. But I will use a liquid fertilizer every couple of weeks or so, even with me being indoors. Now, I have to water much slower since I'm indoors. Usually I can put about 2 gallons of water in my GreenStalk without it coming out the bottom. But I'm going to water in extremely slow just so that I can make sure I don't have too much running out the bottom. If all my nutrition runs out the bottom, then I have to add more nutrition more often. And I don't want to get my floor wet. That's the other thing. So this is a 1 gallon container that I have here. And with the soil being so dry, y'all, I probably need a lot more than 2 gallon. But we're going to start with 2 gallon. I hear it running through the system. We'll start with this 1 gallon. We'll let it do its thing, and then we'll come back a little later and we'll add a little bit more because I cannot afford to let too much come out the bottom. I almost got it all in. While I'm still working on getting it all in, I'm going to start working on my light system. I need to make sure I'm getting light on all sides. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I just got to figure out which one is the best way. After I get my light set up, I will show you. It's just going to be a little hard to see in the tight space that we're in. As I mentioned before in another video, I have a lot of lights in here. I don't need to turn all the lights on. I only need to turn on the lights and focus those lights on whatever it is I'm growing at that time. So all of my lights, even though I got them all on right now, are going to focus on this one GreenStalk, and that's it. That's all. So I am going to have to move some things around to make sure I got that happening. Okay, I'm going to show you the setup, the way I have it so far. I think I'm done watering. I ended up putting in about 1.5 gallons of water. All of the pockets are nice and moist. So now I'm going to flip you around and show you what I got going on in the grow tent. So I have lights angled, 3 of them right there, angled to that side so that there's plenty of light on that side. I have this light on right here, giving me some lighting on this side. I have a fan on back there to mimic the air. And I have a fan rotating over here, mimicking the air. And that's the setup, y'all. Now we got about 4 or 5 empty pockets we'll be adding to later. But I just wanted to show you that GreenStalk. And y'all see that right there? Right there? We're going to be filling that one up pretty soon too. But we're in here, y'all. The indoor projects have begun. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, and telling everybody about it. At Kim's Cozy Corner, we grow all winter long. We've set up our first GreenStalk. We got another GreenStalk that we're going to be setting up really, really soon. There will be pots and all kinds of goodness in here in the weeks to come. So why don't you just come on with me while I'm doing all of these wonderful winter projects. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you choose to hang out with me at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.